tell you what, mate, this little villa that the Portuguese government have given us is definitely the best place we have ever lived. It's beautiful around here, isn't it? Although to me, it feels a little bit like a prison, because ever since they've given me the freedom of the country for winning the Euros, I don't feel like I've got any freedom at all. I get mobbed everywhere I go, even in a little village like this. But, you know, I can't really complain. We've achieved a lot together, me and my ninja cone placement officer. It's alright for you, going on your little nature walks through the countryside, bird watching apparently. Yeah, you told me you were into bird watching. Yeah. Honestly, mate, you're not looking at sparrows or pigeons. Pedro, down the road, told me he caught you in some bushes with your binoculars, checking out his wife in the window. Although, to be fair, you just got to be careful, mate. You got to be careful. We don't want to get in any trouble. We've still got a couple of years here, hopefully, aiming for that freaking World Cup in Japan. And I'm very excited. Tons of work to do, so I think we're no more messing about. Let's jump in the old little Mini. Let's get down to that training ground. Hello and welcome to episode 23 of the Road to Anywhere, our Journeyman adventure. As always, thanks for sticking with the series. You guys are absolute legends. Make sure you hit that thumbs up, get involved in the comments, and just like on FM21, I'm thinking about something that can involve my patrons in FM22. So if you want to check that out and really help the channel out, there's a link below to my Patreon. Thank you very much. Now, I've got a lot, hopefully, I want to try and cram into this episode. It's funny filming over a long period with little games, so I've gotten up very early on my day off today, and it's going to be a longish day for me. Hopefully I can get the video out by the end of it, which would be quite cool. So I'm proper excited to share this with you, as always. So I've played a couple of games at this point. We're going to jump in and check some stuff out. It was back to Nations League action. Now, before I show you the group and who we've got in here, I've just got to show you two games I've played at this point. And we've got Spain in the group, and I was like, bloody hell, you've got to remember Spain in the Nations League semi last year was the first team that beat me, battered me. But then we knocked them out, didn't we, in the Euros, which was amazing. Love that. I got proper buzz off that. But, you know, they're still a very good team. Second game we played was against Russia, battering them 3-0. Zhao, my little man from Lazio, scored. Marion, the old right winger, still knocking about, and Gomez, up and coming, cracking left winger. So yeah, we are in the European League Division A, Group 1, whatever that is. Right, so yeah, we're in here now, also with Sweden. Play everyone twice. We're currently top. Play 2-1-2. And you know, after the way it started for me last time, I'd like to do well in this. Why not? The reason I came back at this point and not at the very start before I played those two games was because this is the point where we became the #1 team in the world. How cool is that? Now, I knew we had good players, but there's a lot of good countries out there, a lot of talented players at places like Italy, Spain, England, France, Germany. So I was really proud about this. You know, my little tactics works really well. Works really well for these players. I mean, we have beat Spain twice now on the bounce, and I've got to play them again in that group stage. But we've pushed them out, and they're now second. France is third, Mexico fourth. They're still knocking about. So this is this current season, and you know, you don't play a lot of games. You can fly through this for fun. I'm undefeated so far this year. Can I stay undefeated all year? We had 4 games left to play. Got 2 games, one with Sweden, Spain, and then we finish off with Sweden, Russia. Going into my second half of the job, I was going to make some changes, especially in the national pool. We had some older players that were coming towards the end, and I just took them out of the national pool, so they're not in my face anymore. There's a few older players like Marion, who's still a top player, even though he's getting into his 30s, plays on the right wing for Real Madrid. Now, one thing, there wasn't a ton of youngsters coming through that were ever really going to scratch the surface, but there were some very good players that had made bigger moves. And you might notice here what I've done is, just because, you know, just to remind myself, you'll see there's certain players here who've got a little yellow square on. That means they've got a note against the name, and that just shows me that there's something about them. Maybe, you know, you can see some of their ages, like Perez is only 24. Now, he's got it on his name because he hasn't got a cap, but he's a good player. So I wanted to give guys caps when I can. I wanted to try out new players when I could. But yeah, there was no up-and-coming superstar youngsters. Apart from scrapping a few of the older guys, we're pretty much sticking with what we've got, because there's a lot of my top players they're at a good age anyway. So the next game was against Sweden, a team I genuinely thought we'd absolutely batter. This was proper tough. Now, we created more than them, but they just defended very, very well, and it was just one of the most frustrating games I've had. I ended up throwing the freaking kitchen sink at them, and we just could not crack them open. But then check this out, we've got Spain's number now. That's 3 victories against them on the bounce, the second best team in the world. So a lot of confidence from it. And again, it was a close game, a game where they maybe created a little bit more. Then it was on to Sweden again, and again it was a tough game. I felt like we had to grind this out, and I thought we were going to draw it until we got the winner from me left back in the 83rd minute. I mean, however they're set up does really well against me, and if this was reality, a lot of managers out there, they'd be looking how Sweden played against us and copying them, because a team that played like Sweden with better players would probably have a good chance against us. And then last up, it was the Russia game, and we gave them a bit of a kicking, winning 3-0. And of course, we topped the group by some way, qualifying Spain, and that qualifying, don't have to bother with them in the knockouts. Russia have been relegated. Obviously, we drawn 1 game, so it was nearly perfect, but I was proper pleased with this. But I expected us to get through, even though we had Spain in our group. But before we go further forward, I'm taking you back in time to show you a few little things. Job offers galore came in for me, and look at this. France flat out offered me a job. Italy offered me the job, and the Ukraine, £7 a week. Why would I leave Portugal for the Ukraine? No offense. Now, just over a week later, England offered me the job. My own country offered me the job, and the temptation was real, don't get me wrong, right? But don't forget, I applied for the England job, remember? And they turned me down and gave it to some third guy who'd been Leicester manager, who was way better than. So this is like a bit of satisfaction. This is like, are you taking the piss out of me? And then I've got to show you this one, because, fair play to him. This was in mid-August. The Irish Football Association offered me the job to replace Aaron Robben. Now into March 2045, and the World Cup qualifiers are starting, and I played 2 back-to-back. Again, I'll show you the group after show you the first 2 games, and the first game was against Georgia. Next up, it was Azerbaijan, who we beat 4-0. So, you expected to win these games, and I really want to get to that World Cup, and we started off pretty well. We're in Group F with a familiar foe, Sweden. As soon as I saw Sweden get drawn, I was like, come on, they're like one of the only teams of recent times who actually are tough to beat. But we move on to June, and it was the European International League semi-final. We got Denmark. A little easier than the last semi-final we were in when we played Spain. No offence again to anyone Danish. But we should be winning, and we did win. But we find ourselves in the final of the European International League against the current world champions again, the team we beat in the European final. And we're going to have a cheeky little live com here. Now, the way this is set up, last time I didn't get anywhere in this, so it's my day off today. So I've got up dead early, like 5 AM early, although it was pitch black, and I can't believe how light it's getting outside already. It's coming quick and fast. It's going to be a nice day, I reckon. So we're gonna play this now, and then I've got stuff to do, like play the rest of the game. Got to take my little boy to school as well, and then I'm gonna come back, film the second half later, and hopefully get it made and get it out tonight. That's the plan. Just in case you're wondering, the Germans have come third. They beat us, didn't they, in this game last time, in the 3rd place playoff. I'd been winning, and I lost 2 back-to-back. So we kick off here in Bari, in Italy. The finals and the semis have all been in Italy, but not in any awesome stadiums. This is getting played in the Della Vittoria, I think it's called, in Bari. It's not even their stadium anymore. It's not been their stadium since 1990. I googled this stadium, and it's a bit of an old dump. It's still in use. It get used for concerts and rugby. So yeah, bit of a strange one. Check it out for yourself. It's not the best. Can we do the same as we did last time? Can I win another trophy for Portugal? It would be pretty sweet if I could. Now I'm going to have a quick look at my squad and talk about some players before I finish. Oh! What a beautiful goal that was. Hey, this team just really has clicked into gear. I mean, and I have used quite a few different players in the World Cups and that because of injuries, but sometimes I've tried different things because, I use Monterio a lot on the left. And Marin's still knocking about, but then they've got 2 really good backups. Well, it's half time here in Bari, I love that. You'd probably say Barry or something. I call it Barry. What's going on here? Italy, one shot. Italy kick off the second half. Now, obviously, we're getting very close now to FM22, weeks away. So, whatever happens with this in the World Cup, this will be it for Portugal. And I'm going to head back to Hungary and try and wrap up the series, competing hopefully at a top level in the Hungarian top division. Take this story full circle. It'd be nice to win that league. It might not, you never know. And I am already in the planning process for my beta save. My main series might take a while to come out. That might not come out till December. I've got a rebuild planned as well. I've got a story planned, all for FM22. I've got one little quirky video that I'm hoping will be out on Monday. Now, if you're a long-term subscriber, you might remember a series I make with my friend. We do one episode a year, and it's called I Hate Football Manager, right? Because my best friend hates this game. But for some reason, he always beats me at it. I don't know why. So we started it out on, I think it was FM18. And then we did one on FM19. He's beaten me both times. You don't even know what he's doing. Shows you how much, it really matters about how much you play. We didn't do it last year because of COVID. We couldn't come in my house all year. So we're going to be back doing it. I'm going to be filming that in the next couple of days. So I'm very excited for it. It's going to be a bit different than the other ones. Because it's like the third episode. It's the trilogy. We're going to have 3 little live comms back to back. 3 famous derbies. Best out of 3. Hopefully I can finally beat him. I have no idea if I will. Because, I always use a tactic. I always film it towards the end of the game cycle. Ooh! And I've usually got a tactic I love by then that's done really well for me. He'll just come on and go, I'll have that one off Steam. I'll just pick my players. I don't know what I'm doing. And beats me. Right, so I have made a couple of substitutions. We are looking a little bit tired. A lot more tired than them, but we're winning 1-0, but it's 10 minutes to go. Anything can happen. Feel a bit nervy. Here's Rodriguez. Can we put this game to bed? Come on, lad. Here's Kuna cracking right back. A lot of my lads have all made big moves. There's some lads who are still in Portugal who've made certain moves because obviously the team's the #1 team, especially after the Euros. Some lads got picked up by bigger European teams. So I think that's helped me as well because, when you're at a bigger club, you're playing with better players, better training facilities, and oh my, there you go, Diogo. Come on, this is awesome. Can I get all 3? World Cup's a World Cup. I'm very excited. I'm very excited about this team. Did I think I could make them as good as they are? Not really, but they are. But they got me. And does it help having a full staff? I think so. With me and staff, I believe in the staff. And I don't think a lot of the nations with the computer in charge do that. I genuinely don't. So we are what we are. We're a unit here now. We're a freaking machine. Who's going to stop us? I don't know. We keep punishing Spain. We're punishing Italy again. I mean, the Germans are the Germans. I don't know. It's very exciting. Here's Rodriguez. Can he finish this game off? No. Oh, Andre can. But I might slag off my centre-halves. You probably won't see that because I didn't think it'd happen. The Italian player had got through and my centre-half just took it off him with ease. Fair play. And oh my God. Right, so we've won the final. But why do you not get any trophy parade thing? Not on TV, no trophy parade, and we're playing the shit stadium. Is it because it's like a friendly tournament? I don't know, but that is a little bit, to me, a little bit disappointing, I'll be honest with you. Yeah, we've won it, which is great, but yeah, I don't think I've ever won this, because I don't really play international football. Only a little bit on Journeymans each year. So yeah, it is what it is, but we've won it. I've highlighted since the start of my career, and we obviously went on that absolutely amazing winning streak. The next season, we didn't do too bad either, apart from, like we said, lost in the semi-final against Spain and lost in the 3rd place playoff with Germany. We bounced back from that, went a cracking run. Last year, undefeated, drawn 2 games, on with Turkey in the group stages of the European Championships, and of course we drew with Sweden in that hardcore battle. Now, I've got to get through this, but it won't take me 2 minutes. This computer's super fast. I've got a friendly against them. Obviously, I do holiday a bit in between. If I don't think anything's happening, that got sorted out for me. I can't cancel it. I didn't want to play top teams, but it gives me an opportunity to give the guys who came with me in this squad and didn't play a game, maybe give a few caps out. So fair play. We'll see what happens with that. I've just got to finish off the qualifiers and work our way towards the World Cup next year, which obviously hasn't been drawn yet, but I can't wait for this. This day to me is going to be long but fun. Right then, I'm back, and yeah, I've had an action-packed day so far. Got through all the games. I've also been to B&Q to get some silicone for the bath and moved a cot from our room into the baby's own bedroom. So that's going to be fun in the future. But enough of that. Did we qualify? Well, as you can see, of course, we qualified. Played 8, won 8. I'll show you the victories there. I'm not going to go through the games individually. I will say the Sweden game, even though we scored 3 against them both times, still felt like a battle. But it was an easy group. We were always going to qualify. Then it was on to World Cup year, and you have 2 friendlies early in the season, and then you get 2 friendlies just before the World Cup. So I wanted to play England because obviously they turned me down, then they offered me the job. Now you might remember, or you might have noticed, that Ireland offered me a job. They offered me the job again. I don't know what's happened. They offered it me twice, right? To replace Aaron Robben. So Aaron Robben got sacked off Ireland and got given the England manager's job. Only in Football Manager would that happen. Would a guy from Holland get sacked at Ireland and then go straight to England? We then played Australia, mate. You die. Because they are top 20. And there weren't many options left to play, and I fancied playing the Aussies. We beat them 2-0. But look at the stats, man. Then it was on to the pre-World Cup warm-up games, 2 friendlies. The first one, I decided, let's play Ireland. Why not? They've offered me that job twice. Let's see what they're all about. Yeah, beat them 3-0. And then football's a funny old game. I thought, let's have a game against something like Costa Rica. It's a bit different, a bit exotic, maybe. Run out winners against these. No, they played really well. Obviously, we were winning 3-0, and we collapsed with an absolute passion. Now, one thing that annoys me is, about a week or so before the first friendly warm-up game for the World Cup, you pick a 30-man squad, and then just before that first friendly, you've got to cut that squad to 23. Why can't we have the 30-man squad through the friendly so you can give guys a game, just see if there's anything that'll stand out for you? But you don't. You basically have a 30-man squad for no reason, in my opinion. So I've cut it down to 23. There's a couple of guys who would have been here. Costa, my right winger's injured. One of my defenders is injured. But apart from that, I think we're looking strong, we're looking healthy, we're looking fit. We are still number 1 in the world, which means we are the favourites here. Can we do a clean sweep? Well, what group are we in? We are in Group P with Chile and Cameroon. I do like Cameroon just because the first World Cup I ever remember was Italian 90. Do you remember that? Cameroon went on a really good run. So, you don't know. We don't know what's going to happen. I haven't played anything yet. I'm going to play these 2 games off camera and hopefully I can get through. But before we do, let's look at all the groups quickly. Just so you can see all the teams that are in it. Kosovo are in it. Algeria, Honduras. What? Jordan are in the World Cup? I mean, I'll be honest with you, I don't think it's as strong. I know you got the Brazils and the Argentinas, and I would like to come up against Argentina at some point. Iran. Costa Rica are here. Ooh. There's that team. Guinea-Bissau, or whatever they call. Play them in a friendly. I've not shown it yet. We beat them 3-0 with a B team. Egypt, don't forget, I've won the freaking World Cup. Wow. Scotland have made it. Oh, go on. My friend Brian Kane will love that. Look at this. It's massive, isn't it? It's absolutely massive. The Congo are here. Thailand are here. So yeah, I know you've got Brazil and Argentina, but I don't think it's as strong as the Euros. So the group is over and we won our first game, beating Chile 2-0. We played fantastic in this game. Amazing. We then came up against Cameroon, who were like a brick freaking wall. We managed to score only 1 goal, even though we bombarded them. And we've drawn the Congo. Do you know what? I'm going to beat him. I'm going to go for it. I'm going to take a massive risk. I'm not going to go through all the teams. Feel free to pause it and see who's still here. So it's a World Cup knockouts, and maybe you shouldn't take a gamble, but I did, and I played a team of players who hadn't played as many games, and they didn't let me down. We beat them 3-1. And look who we've drawn in the 3rd round, Italy. A team we've beaten in 2 finals. I feel confident about it. I wouldn't mind an easier team. So obviously from this stage, I'm just going to record every game and share as much of it as I can with you. So again, we beat the Italians and we knocked out the world champions in a game, again, that we dominated. Very proud of this performance. First goal was a penalty, nice and simple. Second goal, I like the bit of build-up play. We're playing really well, played some good stuff here. I mean, it ended up being a little scrappy. It came through to him, he lost it, but Rodriguez pounced on it. On to the quarterfinals, and look who I've drawn. England beat them twice, turned them down. They turned me down. Can we knock them out? Germany, Mexico, Denmark, Turkey, France, Holland. We've got a great chance if we knock these out. We went into the quarterfinal against England on a 43-match unbeaten record. An amazing record. Super proud of it. And we did just enough in this game to get ourselves into the semi-final. Went to extra time and I'm so happy I gambled against the Congo because I feel like we've got this game advantage by resting on my main stars. One of my main stars, Rodriguez, couldn't play. He's caught flu, out for 6 days. It's not spread throughout the squad. Hopefully it doesn't. So yeah, bit nervy. I mean, they're a good side, England, but we did just enough from the backup striker here. Look at that for a finish. And we've drawn France in the semi-final. Denmark played Germany in the other one. This is getting so exciting. Loving it. Again, I just live commed it, but no need to share it with you. My boys did just enough. Our boys did just enough. What a battle this was, winning 1-0 again, and we have got ourselves into the World Cup final. With our star man out with the flu still, he should be back for the final. This guy stepped up and scored both our goals in the quarters and the semis. What a little legend. And what is amazing is Denmark beat Germany in the other semi-final on penalties. Germany lost a penalty shootout again. We've got Denmark in the final. This has got to be it. This has to be ours. We did beat them though, 4-0 in the Nations semi-final. I'll take that again. Let's get into it. So here we go. Welcome to the Japan National Stadium. 68,500 capacity, and it is rammed for the World Cup final against Denmark. How mad's this? We've got our captain and star man Rodriguez back. But they're a team, man, even though we beat them 4-0. So here we go. The game kicks off now. We obviously beat the Congo 3-1. We beat Italy 2-0, then England 1-0, and France 1-0. We had a tough time after Congo. They, on the other hand, they beat Algeria 9-2. So we scored some goals there. Then they beat Colombia 4-2. Then they beat Turkey 2-1. And then obviously their toughest game was against Germany on penalties. So, you know, they're a force. Although I'd say ours is a bit harder. Italy, England, France to get here. Right, come on, lads. Pretty good team out here. I'm pretty buzzing with it. Rodriguez first game back and he fluffs it. I mean, we've started well. And the guy... Oh! Moses. Love him. Love him. Took me a bit by surprise, that. He's a centre-half. Fair play to my old centre-halves. Honestly, I really want to get my hands on that trophy. I had the full set. That is amazing. Honestly, never thought in my wildest dreams we could do this with Portugal. But yeah, I'm loving it. I am hoping FM22's a little bit harder. But I'm loving it. Absolutely loving this. I've really enjoyed my time here. Hopefully we can finish it on a high. I do feel a bit sorry for Dejalo, the guy who got us through against England and France, but Rodriguez is the man. But here's Denmark. Can they get themselves back into it? Or are we going to catch him on a break? Here's Monterio, one of an outstanding player for me. Technically a striker. I've played him on the left wing and he's just an absolute beast going all the way. What can he do? Nothing. But it's half time. I'd say we're definitely the better team, but it's always 1-0. Anything can happen. This team deserve to be here. They beat the Germans. Right, we go second half. I've made no changes yet. I'm so nervous. I feel like I've got to remember to breathe. I mean, I feel confident with my boys, but you never know, do you? You never know. Come on, lads. Let's do this. Mendes, beautiful control, beautiful player. He is such a quality central midfielder, although he just lost the ball. Right, I've just demanded a little bit more. We've got a throw in on the left-hand side. Neves to take it. Superstar left back. Got some such good players. I tell you, if it was going to a big club, I'd try and sign some of my boys. I really would. Corner. Here's one of my boys, Zhao, to take it. Headed away by the Danes, but he's going to pick it back up. Look at him charging. Come on. Let's get at him. Let's kill this game off. Let's get that golden trophy. Here's Mendes now. What's he going to do? Can he get past his man? No. Got brick walled. Oh, lovely ball through Rodriguez. Can't say his name, but who cares? What was going on with me then? 2-0. Yeah, the keeper boomed down. I didn't think anything was going to come for it. In fact, I thought they'd won it, but he knocked it on, got it through. And then the excitement. I just couldn't get my words out. All right, with 10 minutes to go, I brought on Dejalo because, you know, he's the main reason I think we got here, really, in the last 2 games. I've also brought on the Ukrainian in the middle. He would have started, but he wasn't 100%. But he deserves to play in a World Cup final, just like the kid. Oh, and they're down to 10 men. Red card. I think it's all over for the Danes. I think we're going to do this. I think we're going to do it. Come on. Oh, come on. 5 minutes of injury time. It's almost over. This is ours. This is ours. I've won the World Cup. I've won the freaking World Cup. I won the Euros 2 years ago. This is like them great teams of the past, like Spain and France, when they do all the big ones. And to make it even better, we won the Nations in between. Oh man, let's watch it. How am I going to cram this into an episode? I've no idea. And why can't we have the World Cup trophy there? A nice golden trophy. That's not the World Cup. Who cares? The Germans love coming third in tournaments, and they did. They beat France 3-1. World champs, man. Honestly. Absolutely. I'm on cloud 9, man. This is amazing. Well, my friend, I'd say that was a massive success, wouldn't you? Love it. Gonna miss this so much. Gonna miss Portugal. Miss my boys. Yeah, I could carry on with that, to be fair. But we're coming to the end of this journey, and we all know where I want to finish. That's why I want to plane back to Hungary. No idea what jobs are out there. We might even have to wait a while to find the right one, but I want to wait and be patient and find that right job to finish this story off, hopefully in style, by trying to win the top flight in Hungary, going up against a big team, hopefully. Can't wait. Hopefully you're still going to enjoy it and stick with it to the end. I know FM21 is about to die, but thank you as always for sticking with us on this journey. I massively appreciate it. I do genuinely appreciate it. But it's not over yet. It's nearly over, but it's not. I hope you're happy. I hope you're safe. And I'll see you in Hungary.